Okay, let us begin. What is the wholesale price of an item? The retail price is $52.48, and the amount of markup is $11.40. Okay, so let us copy this and let's see if we paste it. All right. So we have the wholesale price and we have the retail price. So this is the formula we'll use, that the selling price is equal to the cost plus the markup, right? So the retail price is the selling price. So if we enter that, that would be S is equal to $52.48. And the markup is equal to $11.48. All right, so let's put those in. 52.48 is equal to the cost plus 11.48. So we can say that the cost is equal to 52.48 minus 11.48, which would give us, let's see, 52.48 minus 11.48 equal to $41. So 41.00, or the cost is equal to 41.00. There we are. So this is the answer. There we can highlight it. So we go back and find the answer box. We can put in 41.00, submit the question, and it is correct. All right, the next question. Canadian Tire paid $130 for a humidifier. So that's the cost. Expenses are 19% of cost, and profit is 20% of cost. What is the regular selling price? Okay, so let's begin by copying and pasting. So there we are. Let's put it there, and we can do the computation. So here we have the cost is right there, and this is the expenses based on cost as well. The profit is based on cost. All right, now, in case you are looking for the formula sheet, you can go to the questions, and if you go to number 11, there we are. There's the formula sheet, and so we have the cost plus we have profit this time, so we should use this formula right here. Okay, so selling price, we will have the selling price is equal to cost plus expenses plus the profit. All right, so what are these numbers? Well, the cost is $130. The expenses is equal to 19% of cost, right? So that's the expenses, it's 19% of cost. And we have the profit is 20% of cost. Okay, so there we are. So 19% of cost would mean that the expenses is 0.19 times the cost, okay, times C, which would be 130, right? So that is what is there, 130. So that's the expense, or 1.19 times 130. So that is equal to Well, let's put in the 19%. And then we multiply by the cost, which is 130. 130, so that comes out to be $24.70, 24.70. Now we do have the profit. All right, the profit is equal to 20%. So that's 0.20 times 130. All right, that's the cost. 130 right there. Right? So this amount here paid $130. So let's compute that one. If you go 20%, so we can go 20, click on percent, it converts it to a decimal. We multiply by 130, and we get the answer $26. So 26.00. All right, so now we can calculate the regular selling price would be equal to cost, which is 130 plus 24.70 plus 26.00. And that's equal to, well, we have the 26 there, so we would add 24.70 and then add 130, the last number there, or the first in order there, you can say. So 180.70. So that should be the selling price. 180.70. So the selling price is equal to 180.70. Okay, so there we are, and we can highlight it. And there we go. We get the answer. So we go back to the answer box, which is over here, and we put in 180.70. All right, now, if the humidifier is sold at cost, what is the resulting profit or loss? Use a negative sign if there is a loss. All right, so it is sold for cost. So that's the selling price. Okay, so we can say the reduced selling price, whatever we'd like to say. All right, I think we have some, let's see how our formula sheet goes. It says, yes, well, S on sale is the sale price. All right, so maybe that might be an appropriate way to enter it. So we can put in S and then go on sale, right, is equal to, let's go and just check to make sure all well, yes. So that would be the sale price. It's sold at cost, so it's equal to the cost price, which is equal to 130. All right. Now you want to see if there's a profit or loss. So if we go back here now, we could actually just use this formula here and go down. Let's maybe copy it here and paste it so that we know which formula we're using. So there we go. We paste it in there, and then we go down, and the S is the one that's on sale. So 130 is equal to 130 plus expenses 24.70. I'm getting that number from right here. That was the expenses. And then the profit, well, you want to see what is the resulting profit or loss. So we'll just put in plus, oops, sorry, not quite working correctly, plus P. All right, so what is P? Well, it's easy to see that there will be a loss. Okay, P is equal to 130. And then if we take these two numbers here and we put them on the other side, it will be minus 130 minus 24.70. So these two will give 0. So this result will be equal to negative 24.70 minus 24.70. So there will be a negative profit, which corresponds to a loss, right? So let us, sorry, the highlighting isn't quite working well. So maybe we'll just, okay, there we go. We got it working. And there we are, negative 24.70. So let's go back to the question. And there we would put in negative 24.70. All right, and that seems to be all that's required. So we submit and the answers are correct. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Ashton bought a bracelet at original cost of $17 to sell in his handicraft store. The markup was 35% on selling price. Find the selling price. All right, so this one is slightly different. Okay, let's go and let's copy it, and then we can paste it and see how to do the question. Okay, so let's go down a little bit and we paste it, move that up, and might be a better idea if we just go to a new page, so we'll have lots of space to do our work. All right, so let us set it up. You have we have a cost and we have a markup, right? On selling price, and we want to find the selling price. So we can use the formula S is equal to cost plus the markup, because those are the only two bits of data that are given, the cost and the markup, right? So let us go now and we can put that S is equal to, sorry, maybe do one thing at a time. S is equal to 17 and the markup is equal to 35% of the selling price, so 0.35 times S, correct? Where S would represent the selling price. Okay, so we don't know what the selling price is, but we know that the markup is based on the selling price, all right? So this one's slightly different and you need to be careful. So S is equal to 17 plus 0.35 S. All right, so we have to rearrange this equation a bit and put S minus 0.35 S is equal to 17. Now that S is really, it does have a coefficient in front of it, and that coefficient is 1. Okay, so S without a coefficient means it's 1S. Now let us do a little bit of maybe a bit of factoring. So 1 minus 0.35 times S would be equal to 17. So we go 1 minus 0.35, that gives us 0.65. So we go in here and we put 0.65 S is equal to 17. So S would be equal to 17 divided by 0.65. That's equal to, well, we could just do the reciprocal if we wish and multiply by 17. That will give us an answer. It will give us the correct answer, which is $26.15. Or we could execute this division as it shows there and go 17 divided by 0.65 is equal to $26.15, as we see right there. So S is equal to 26.15. So there we are. That would be the selling price. So there we go, $26.15. Now the next part is find the amount of the markup. Okay, so we can copy and paste, and we can go and find the markup. All right, so what is the markup? Well, there are two ways of getting the markup. We could use this formula right here and then insert the selling price. We have the cost price, and then we just subtract them. So that is one way. All right, let's do that. So we know that S is equal to C plus M, and we can just go and put in 26.15 is equal to 17 plus M. So M would be equal to 26.15 minus 17, which is equal to, so we have the 26.15, we subtract the 17, and we get the answer of 9.15. Okay, 9.15. So that would be the answer for the markup is equal to 9.15. Now, alternatively, we could have gone and used the other bit of information right here. It says the markup is equal to 0.35s. So if we did that, which we can do, we could say 4 and go in and do what we know to do and say that m is equal to 0.35s. Okay, I guess we should go to the, we get it centered, all right, so there we are. And so that would give us that m is equal to 0.335 times 26.15, which is right up here. That is the value for S. So we will go up 0.35 or 35% of 26.15 to 6.15. And that gives us an answer of $9.15, which was the same answer that we had right up there earlier, right here. Okay, so the two answers are the same, so it means that both methods are correct. All right, so same point, 9.15. So let us go and we can put in the markup 9.15, submit the question, and it is correct. Okay, so that is one where the markup is based on the selling price, right? 35% on selling price, correct? So don't be fooled. You have to use this 0.35s. It is not based on the cost as was the previous question. This is the cost. If you went back to the previous question, the expenses is based on cost, profit on cost, and the other question here, the retail price, the amount of markup. Oh, sorry, we're given the amount of markup. All right. So this one, the expenses and the profit were given, which combined to make the markup. All right. So that was based on the cost. Okay, profit was based on cost and the expenses. Okay, but now this one is based on the selling price, right? So that is something to look out for or to be cautious about, either way, however you look at it, right? So let's go to the next question. This one, home furniture paid $135 per lamp. Expenses are 13% of cost, profit is 19% of cost. Round the answers to the nearest cent if necessary. What is the regular selling price. So this we should be able to do very easily. Let's just put it in there and we get our selling price. So what do we have? Well, we have the cost right here, and we have the expenses is based on cost, and the profit is also based on cost, right? So let's go. So we have the selling price will be equal to the cost plus the expenses. We have both expenses and we have profit this time. So what do we know? Well, we know the cost of the lamp is $135. The expenses is equal to 13% of cost, or 0.13 times 135. All right, so that's where I'm getting it from. Expenses 13% of cost. So as we saw before, we can put 13 and click on percent. It converts it to decimal. We multiply by 135. Then we get the answer of 17.55, 17.55. And then we have the profit is equal to 19% or 0.19. It says that the profit is 19% of cost. Right, so 0.19 times what? Well, the cost is 135, so that's equal to 19% times 135 is equal to 25.65. 25.65. Okay, so we have all the data that we need to find the selling price. It's 135 plus 17.55 plus 25.65. We have the 25.65. Let's add these other two numbers now. So plus 17.55 plus 135. And that's 178.20. 178.20. So S is equal to 178.20. And there we are. That is the answer. 178.20. We go to the answer box. We enter it 178.20. All right. To help clear inventory, the lamp was sold at break even during a sale. What is the break even selling price? So now we have to find the break even selling price. So let's come down here. And the selling price at break even is, so what happens at break even? Well, we know that at break even, all right, let's put the formula in first. If we have S is equal to C plus E plus P, right? And what do we know? Well, we know that at break even, right, the profit is equal to 0. Okay, this is the point we must get. All right, profit is 0. So that is how we will get the price. So if the profit is 0, what does that mean? Well, it means that S is equal to C plus T, right? And with that, we can get the selling price, the break-even selling price. So we can put S, and let's put break even. Sorry, it didn't work very well that way. So I guess we have to put the, let's see if it works. Break even, we have to put it as one word. All right, so S at break even is equal to what? Well, C plus D, and C is equal to 135 plus the expenses is 17.55. Okay, I'm getting the numbers from right here. That is the cost, 135, and the expenses Expenses are $17.55. So now we can add these two together. We go 135 plus 17.55. So that number is 152.55. 152.55. So that will be the answer. That's the break-even price. 152.55. So let's go back to the answer box. Put in 152.55. There we are, and hopefully that is correct. And it turns out to be correct. All right, next question. Home furniture paid $80 for a lamp. Expenses are 17% of selling price, and the required profit is 11% of selling price. Round all answers to nearest cent if applicable or applicable. What is the regular selling price? All right, so let's go, and maybe we should go to a new page and start this question. So here we are. All right, so what do we have? Well, we have the usual formula that S is equal to C plus E plus C. Okay, and what do we know? Well, we know what C is. C is equal to 80. We can see that up there, correct? The home furniture paid $80, so that was the cost of the lamp. Expenses are 17% of selling price. So the expenses would be equal to 0.17 times F, right? And then the profit is equal to the required profit is 11% of selling price. So that would be 0.11 F, right? So there we are. So now we can put those numbers into this formula here. Okay, so what is F? F is equal to, it's 0 plus 0.17 F plus 0.11 F, right? So let's put the F values on this side, the right side of the equation. Let's combine these two, 0.17 plus 0.11, and that gives us 0.28. So that would be 0.28, 0.28 S. Right, now we have to rearrange. We'll take this 0.28, right, sorry, and put it on this side. Now you also must remember that when there is no coefficient in front of S or the number in front of S, such as 2, 3, 4, now it is nothing there, so it's 1S minus 0.28S is equal to 80, right? And we can make this into 1 minus 0.28 times S is equal to 80. So now we go down here, and actually we could just make this negative if we wish, and then add 1. That's one way of doing it. And we get 0.72 S. Now that might have been a little bit too much for you or not very likable. So 1 minus, sorry, clear that out. 1 minus 0.28 will give us the 0.72. So there we are. So the 0.72 was indeed correct. So what is S equal to? Well, next line would have S is equal to 80 divided by 0.72. So that's equal to what? Well, we could also make that into reciprocal and use 1 over x, invert it, and then multiply by 80. That gives us an answer of lots of 111.11. Okay, so we could say that S is equal to 111.11. All right, now if you didn't quite like that approach to getting the answer. Then we go back and we put in 80 and we divide by 0.72. And there we are. So this answer seems to be correct. So regular selling price is 111.11, right? Next, what is the break-even selling price? So let's do that. We wish to get the break-even selling price. So what should we do? Well, we know that at break-even, all right, at break-even, what happens? Well, we know that the profit is equal to 0. So what happens is that S is equal to C plus P, just like we had for the previous question. So that's this right here. If P is 0, then we are only left with the cost plus the expenses. So that would be actually this here, though, I should put break even. So that would be more break even. So that is correct now, right? Because it is a break even price. It's not the regular selling price. So now S at break even would equal to what? Well, so S at break even would equal to the cost, which is 80. That is very simple up here. But the expenses, we have to take 0.17 times S. So this would be equal to plus 0.17 times 111.11. Correct? This is the regular selling price, and the expenses are based on the selling price. So it's 0.17 times the regular selling price. Now, if we do this computation here, we will get that S at break even is equal to what? 80 plus, okay, we have the 111.11. So if we multiply that by, or maybe just clear it out of there, and we go 17% or 0.17, and we multiply by 111.11. That gives us 18.89. It's rounding for us, which is very nice. That would be equal to 98.89. Because if we add 80 to that number, so we go plus 80, it's 98.89. Right? So there we are. So the answer is that S at break even is equal to 98.89. Right? So that is the break even price right there. Let's come here and go 98.89. All right, during an inventory sale, the lamp is marked down 30% on the regular selling price. What is the sale price? Okay, so let's go and do that. We have part 3. It's marked down 30% on the regular selling price. What is the sale price? Right? So we go with S sale price. Let's put it together. Probably an easier way to do it. Let's put it like that. Not maybe the best way for spelling, but so sale price is equal to what? 30% on the regular. It's marked down 30%. Okay, so we could find 30% and subtract it, or we could go 1 minus 0.30, correct? Times the regular selling price, which is 111.11. Right, and that would give us what? 0.70 times 111.11. Right, so let's do that. 1 minus 0.3 equals times 111.11. Okay, so the answer is 77.78. We could say that the S sale price is equal to 77.78, right? Okay, so that should be the correct answer now. Just in case you didn't quite like that and you wanted to get the markdown first, 30% on the regular selling price. So this is the regular selling price. So let's go 30% times 111.11 is equal to 33.33. So that number now has to be subtracted from this number, 111.11. So if we make that negative, and we add 111.11, we get the correct answer, which is the same as the previous answer. So that answer looks like it's correct. So 77.78. Okay, now, so what is the operating profit or loss? Okay, what's the operating profit or loss? So here we go. And we do this part here, operating profit or loss. So let's enter it. And so operating profit or loss during the inventory sale. Right? So you must be careful. This is the inventory sale. So that is what you're looking for. So this is inventory sale right here. Right? So maybe wrong direction. There we go. Inventory sale. So that is the price we're looking for. We're using, are we going to use? So we know that what? We know that S is equal to C plus E plus C. Okay? And what is the selling price? So selling price is 111.11. What is the cost price? Well, we can go back. Well, you can get it right up here. It's 80 from right there. There we could go all the way back if you wish and find out that the home furniture paid $80 for the lamp. So 80 is indeed the cost. So 80 plus the expenses. Now, where did we find out the expenses? It's right here. We did calculate the expenses. It's 0.17 times 111.11, which turns out to be 18.89. Okay, so let's put that in there. 18.89. If we add those numbers, oh, sorry. We need to do plus the profit. Yeah, there we are. Okay, now we can calculate what the profit will be. Positive or negative, we will find out. So we go 111.11, and then we subtract 80, and we subtract 18.89. What I did was to take these two numbers and put them over on the other side. So you'll have a change of sign, and that is equal to, well, let's go. 111.11. First we subtract the $80 minus 80. We could put equal. And then we subtract 18.89. There we go, 12.22. So there is a profit of $12.22. There we go, we'll put that in there. Profit is equal to $12.22. All right, so there we go, and that's it. And we enter that number into here, 12.22, and we submit. The answer is wrong. Okay, so what went wrong? Well, if something went wrong, it's right here. Okay, so let's fix that. That's a common error that might come about. So it should be the sale price, correct? Yeah. Okay, good. So that's good that it happened. So at least we know what to do. So 77.78. Yes, I cautioned you about that, but then I didn't follow through with it. with a caution. So 77.78, and then we subtract. So let's try it again. 77.78, and then we subtract 80, and then we subtract this last number here, 18.89. Okay, good. So we're subtracting 18.89, and we get negative 20. There was a loss, so negative 20.41. All right, so we got a glimpse at least of what there would be some profit if it was the regular selling price, but it was not. So then there was a loss of $20.41. So having a little bit of a problem there, the highlighting, but it's working now. So 2041. So let's see, negative 20.41. We submit, and finally we get it wrong again. So what could be the problem? All right, let's see. 77.78 is correct. $80 is the cost. 18.89 is the expenses. So let's see again. 77.78 minus 80 equals. And then we have minus 18.89. That's equal to negative 21. Sorry. Nothing's working very well today, I guess. 21.11. There we are. So I think finally we will get to our destination. Negative 21.1111. All right, maybe the third time we'll get it correct. I hope so, and that will put it through. Let's see, 21.11. Let's go. All right, so let's come in here and just fix things up. 21.11. All right, so we submit, and finally we came up with the correct answer. So there we are. So there was the problem. First, I used the wrong number for the inventory, and then somehow, somewhere, the subtraction didn't go as it should have gone. So that concludes the lessons for today. It's the end of that quiz. I will stop the recording now.